Hey, what's up guys, Tony here, and here's some more Battlefield 3 for ya. And obviously this is close quarters. I'm using the P90 on Scrapyard. And actually, before I get started, what I want to say is that this map was never really one of my favorites, and it's like a lot of maps that I initially hate upon release. This map has actually become one of my favorites. It was really like a quirky, weird-ass map to play at first because people played it a certain way. They kind of played a little douchey where they'd camp, you know, up on those ledges, the A and the B ledges, and just kind of shoot across the map. But this map now, for me, has provided me with the most intense gameplay ever out of all the close quarters maps. I mean, I would say that in Zippa Tower are the two that are that have provided the most intense gameplay. I'm actually, to be honest, a map that I liked to begin with, I'm starting to hate. So like Operation 925, I used to really like that map, but right now I'm absolutely hating it. Like every time I freaking play the map, I just get wrecked, and it's just not my friend right now. Operation 925 and I just don't get along. So right now, yeah. So now scrap metal is actually one of my favorites, and it has a lot to do with this change in play styles that I'm going through right now. And I want to do a commentary on it because I had a lot of gameplay stored up where I sort of displayed this new play style that I'm going with. But I just don't have the time to do that commentary right now, or actually to make that video, because it might be kind of long, even though it probably shouldn't be. Anyways, I want to move on off that topic. I kind of want to talk about today a little bit, and if you guys follow me on Twitter, you know that today I sent a tweet out there. Today was the first day of my last semester as an undergraduate, and although I started the day out with those sentiments, the end of the day is actually kind of contrary, and I'll explain to you what I mean, because this is gonna kind of, and I've talked about this on my channel, so this is kind of no surprise. It shouldn't come as a surprise to anybody, but that Spanish course that I failed in the summertime, the one that I kept saying that I didn't need because my school didn't require me to have to go through all three steps of the language process. Well, I was misinformed about that, and there's the potential that I might be stuck at my school for another semester. Now, I'm going to go into the details about that. It's kind of looking like that's not going to be the case, but I don't want to say too much about it because I don't want to put too much out there, because I don't really know if there's any sort of trouble that could be had with what's going on. Because let me just tell you, really, I mean, to put it as blunt as possible, a lot of times in life, it's not who you know. I mean, excuse me, it's not what you know, it's who you know. And I'm in a fortunate position where I know somebody who's could potentially help me out with the situation that I find myself in. So let me go ahead and explain this. So for those of you guys who don't know, and I'll go ahead and just, you know, and pardon me for those of you guys who do already know what's going on, but what happened is, in the summertime, I had to take, my school requires that I take 3 semesters of foreign language, 101, 102, and 201. And so in the spring I took 101, Spanish 101, and the summer I took Spanish 102. It was an 8-week version of the, you know, summer school course. It was only 8 weeks long, but I failed it. I was not successful, and there was a lot of factors involved in why I failed that class, and it was all, a lot of it was me, a lot of it was material, and the length of time, because just languages for me, it's so hard for me to get my head wrapped around. So anyways, I failed the course, and the misconceptions that I had were that my school, because we've got a language other than English requirement, we call it a loader. So the loader requires you to pass 201. That's really all they care about. They just, and that's what I was told, they only care that you pass 201. That's going to fulfill your requirements for graduation. And so what I had an assumption in my head was, on the degree progress report, it shows you a loader requirement, and that's what I've been told a couple more than once, just like this is all that's required. And then to compound the problem, what happened is in March, when I was registering for the fall, it let me register for 201 because I had, like I said, I had it in my head. I took 101, pass that class. I was gonna take 102 in the summertime, pass that class, and then take 201 in the fall and be done with my Spanish requirement, my language requirements. Well, I didn't really anticipate on actually failing Spanish 102 because, I mean, I don't want to sound totally arrogant or anything, but I'm a really good student. You know, I don't fail classes. It's just something that it's a matter of pride. It's just something that I don't do. I don't fail classes, and this course I failed, and I took it rather hard. I mean, it was a struggle the whole damn way through, but it became quite apparent that I was not going to be passing that class. So I thought, okay, no big deal. I mean, I failed the class. That's not a problem. I'm still registered for 201, and I'll go ahead and take 201, and it's no big deal. Well, unfortunately, when I got to the class today, we went through the whole class period. It was, you know, an hour and 15 minutes long, which is weird because languages are four-unit courses, but a 201 is just 3 units, which is kind of strange, but it's kind of nice at the same time. The thing is, so we go through the whole lesson, and we go through the whole damn day, and at the end of the lesson, that's when the professor takes roll. It was kind of weird because it's you know, normally they do it at the beginning of class because they want to figure out who's there and who's adding, who's dropping, you know, so forth. And so she tells us that, hey, look, oh, by the way, if I ask you to stay after class, it's because I need to verify that you passed 102 because it's not on our records. And it's like, okay. And then I got worried when she said that. I got worried because I know I didn't pass. And so I'm like, shit. So here I am in a situation where I'm already thinking, crap, I'm going to have to end up taking Spanish 102 at Cal State San Marcos because I failed the summer school course. And so she actually calls like 6 or 7 of us and tells us, hey, I need you to talk to me after class about your about your you know, your 102 experience. And so after class was over, we all get together, and it was actually kind of funny because I heard these people telling the professor the situation, and they all pretty much mirrored my own. Not in the fact that, you know, they were they believed something that wasn't true, but just the fact that they either had never taken 102 and were graduating this semester like I am, or they took it and they didn't get a good enough grade to actually pass, but they're still graduating this semester and they want to take this class and they really need it. And so there's 5 of us, and the professor is a very by-the-book professor. She's just like, hey, look, it's not fair for the people who have done the work, who have passed 102, and who are on the wait list. So I cannot make an exception for you guys because you did not pass, you know, your 102, or you didn't take it or whatever. And I respect that. I really excuse me, I really do. But there was this guy, he was very adamant, and he was talking to the professor, and she basically said, hey, look, there's only one person that can change my mind, and that's the department head. And so we're all okay, we're gonna have to write this department head, we're gonna talk to this guy, and we're going to get in and stay in this class. Well, as the conversation continued, and she pretty much told us no a bunch of times, that, you know, hey, look, this is not the way it works. You're gonna have to pass 102 before you can take this course. By the end of the conversation, though, she's like, okay, just come back on Wednesday. We're like, well, what the hell's the point? Why are we coming back on Wednesday if we can't even take the course? And that's kind of like what I was getting out of it. Like, why am I what? And so I get the impression that maybe she's going to let us stay anyways. It depends on how many people drop. But like I said, I know somebody, and so it's sort of a word of mouth sort of an association, you know, so I might be able to stay in the class. What this boils down to is, I know this is a very long-winded way of saying this, but what this boils down to is that my channel and my playtime is going to be very limited because I absolutely must pass this course. If I can stay in this course, I must pass this course. And therefore, my video making and my gameplay is going to be so just drastically decreased that I'm not going to have the time for it. I'm going to be spending a lot of time on Spanish and a lot of time on my seminar, my History 400 course. So what basically I'm telling you guys is that for the foreseeable future, for at least the next 16 weeks, the next, 4 months or so, you're going to probably be seeing no more than 2 videos a week. And one of them is going to be the King of the Hill series for sure, because I really enjoy doing that series. I enjoy it so much that I'm willing to put the time and effort into it because it's a blast to play with those guys. It's so much fun. We might have our ups and downs. We might get frustrated with one another. We might get, not with one another, but we might get frustrated with the situation of playing and all that sort of entails. And another video is definitely going to be some football stuff, some Madden stuff, because that's really easy for me to produce. And it's really easy to talk about because it's football and it's something that I really care about. So I don't think for the most part you're going to see many Battlefield videos just because of the time sometimes it takes to edit a video, capture a video, and that kind of goes for Black Ops and Medal of Honor. I have them pre-ordered, but I don't know if I'm going to actually be picking them or playing them as much as I thought I was. And really, it's sort of a responsibility thing. And I know in the last video, or one of the last videos, I was asking some opinions about, hey, what should I do about this job? And a lot of people were like, hey, you know what? Hey, look, study. You got plenty of time to work in the future. Just focus on what you're doing right now. And one person even said, hey, look, if you gotta stop YouTube stuff and play. I mean, it's not like these are novel concepts. These aren't, things that like I didn't know already or I hadn't considered, because there were things that I actually were, to be honest, I was considering quite heavily. And it's not like I'm going to shut down my channel. I absolutely don't want to do that. I really enjoy this, but it's going to be a diminished quantity of videos. And I already know. I mean, you can take a look at my posting history. I'm posting a video every couple of days right now, 3-4 days sometimes. So if that gets down to like twice a week, if I can maintain some sort of a weekend schedule, I could take time throughout the week to make a video and little increments to give myself like breaks from classwork and studying and stuff. That's pretty much what I'm gonna have to end up doing. So don't rest assured I'm not gonna go anywhere as far as like I'm not gonna be quitting this thing. But I'm going to have to spend a lot more time, focusing on school. Because, I mean, it's really, really important, right, for me, especially right now, and where I'm going. It's just, I couldn't imagine what would happen if, say, if I accidentally, I don't know how you accidentally do something, if I failed this course and I was forced to take 102 and then take 201. I mean, I'd be adding an extra semester to my workload, and it's just something I just don't want to do. I have deadlines to meet for the Teach for America program. I've got deadlines to meet for my master's program that I'm going to apply for. So I guess, really without, totally, beating a dead horse as much as I already have been, it's just going to be something that's going to have to happen. And I hope you guys stick around and kind of hang out and enjoy the limited amount of time that we're going to have from here on out. So anyways, guys, I still got a couple more minutes left of this video. I guess I'll just let it run, and I'll just say I appreciate you guys for hanging out and listening to me talk and just kind of going over what's been going on today and pretty much what's going to happen in the near future, because it's not really a situation that I'm looking forward to having to go through, because I've done those semesters where you're spending 8 hours in the library and it's no fun. It really is not fun at all, but it's necessary. I mean, it's necessary because this is my future livelihood, and I got a lot of things. I got a lot of things on my plate that I need to make sure I take care of, and video games are just gonna have to take the back seat for the moment. So anyways, guys, like I said, I'm gonna let it finish out. Thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and I'll talk to you later.
pick it up. Here's the med kit, alright, dude?